if I told you hitting 100 balls a day could significantly reduce your scores on the golf course, having you to break 90, 80, or even par? And I know it sounds like it's too good to be true, and you're probably wondering, how am I gonna hit 100 balls today? Well, we're gonna dive into that and show you exactly how to hit those 100 balls without going endlessly to the range every single day. And if that sounds like something that you want to do, go ahead and hit the like button and comment down below what you are struggling with your golf game, and maybe we can come together as a community and help you guys out. Let's get into this video. If you recently saw my video, how to break 90 in 30 days, one of the key concepts was hitting 100 balls a day. And this is just to bring consistency and to get more practice into your daily activities, no matter what your schedule is. If you have a super busy schedule or a super easy schedule, you can fit in 100 balls each day. And just like in the last video, I'm asking you guys to hit 100 balls for 6 days out of the week, and on that 7th day, actually go out on the golf course, play a 9-hole round, maybe 18 if you have time, to actually practice on the course. That is invaluable for you to actually get better. So this is only for 6 days. In those 6 days, you're gonna do 4 types of shots. You're gonna practice your short game, which is just the chips and pitches around the green. You're going to practice your iron shots, which are gonna be half iron shots, full iron shots, punches, and bump and runs. The other thing that you're going to practice is your driving off the tee. You're gonna hit your driver off the tee. You're gonna hit your 3-wood off the tee. You're gonna hit your driving irons off the tee. You're going to focus on tee shots. And the last thing, and probably one of the more important things, is putting. You're going to practice all of these shots to have a well-rounded practice throughout the 6 days of the week. Now, if I do my math right, that means you're gonna hit about 150 shots per category per week. And don't worry about those numbers. Those are just roundabout numbers to have goals for each type. If you do not have time to do all of them, all 150 shots with your driving or all 150 shots with your putting, then you can just move things around. So if you have more time to go to the range and you want to put more effort into your iron shots, maybe add about 50 shots to your iron shots and balance things out. It's more about consistently practicing than the numbers themselves. I can tell you though, the closer you get to those 150 shots per category, the more well-rounded your practice is going to be and the lower your scores are going to be on the course. If you have ever practiced one thing over and over again, like your driving, and your driving is perfect on the course, and then you cannot hit a green or chip for the life of you, that is why. It's because you're only practicing one thing and to get better at that one thing, and you need to be more well-rounded. Now, I told you that you do not need to go to the range every day, and it's because there are some things that you can do to make your practice more convenient for you. I have a net and mat, and if you invest about $200 in a net and mat, there's going to be some links in the description below of things that I recommend. You can put it in your backyard, you can put it in your garage, or you can put it in a basement. Anywhere that you can hit balls is going to be awesome. And the convenience of doing it in your house is a huge benefit, and I'll tell you why. Just think about it. If you are driving to the driving range, that might be a 15 to 20 minute drive. For me, it's about a 10-minute drive. Then you have to pay for the balls. Here, you buy 1 pack of balls and they'll last you for a full month. Then you're going to have to maybe wait for a bay. That could be a 10, that could be a 15-minute, that could be a no-minute wait, but that's still a chance that you have to do, to a point where you might not even practice that day if the range is too full. And the last thing is the gas and money that it costs you to do that. $200 will get added up quite quickly if you just buy a net and mat. You can come out here whenever. One of the main benefits of a mat and net for me is I can come in right after work, hit 10, 15 balls. I can go after dinner where everybody's settling down and hit another 15 to 20 balls. Heck, sometimes I squeeze in about 10 to 15 balls before I have to go to work if I have time. Having a net and mat is a huge benefit for your time and the convenience of you coming out here and hitting a few balls when you have time. Another thing you can practice at home is putting. Your carpet might be a perfect putting surface and you just use that. Or you can invest in a very cheap putting mat like I have. At home, you should really be focusing on start line and stroke and maybe playing around with different grips. I would also recommend maybe once a week, maybe after a range session, you go out and actually go on the practice green and putt. The reason why is because even on putting surfaces like a mat or a carpet, you're going to have different speeds and you can practice reading the green. And so when you are hitting into the hole, you can actually have a chance to make it. If you do this, putting will be the easiest thing for you to hit your 150 shots a week. Because you can do it pretty much anywhere. The thing is, it's kind of boring and you'll probably only be able to do maybe 10, 20 balls at a time. I know my back starts hurting. That's fine. Just spread them out. Now, chipping and pitching, if you're lucky enough like me and have a big yard, I have a tree that's in the back of my yard that I usually aim to, and it's about 65 yards. If you are lucky enough to have that, I would highly recommend just getting a mat. I just hit it off my ground because I don't really care about my grass, and just hit those shots. I probably, every morning when I take my dogs out, I'll hit 10 balls. Every evening when I take my dogs out, I'll hit another 10 balls, and it's all to that tree. You can also vary the length, so you can do a 20-yard shot, a 30-yard shot, a 40-yard shot, a 50-yard shot, and practice those different distances. It is really good to get swing ingrained into you, or like I said, getting a net and mat is another good option for that. And if you really want to up your game, to get a simulator like I do, I use a Garmin R10. You can actually hit distances. It's super accurate. Highly recommended if you want to up your game a little bit more. When you finally are hitting your full shots, or really any shots out there, you really want to take your time on hitting those balls. It shouldn't be a pull and then swing. It should be doing practice swings, picking one or two swing thoughts to really focus on and to ingrain in you. How I would do it is pull a ball, do 2 or 3 practice swings. Right now I'm working on making sure I have a fuller backswing and tempo, feeling that once or twice before each shot, and then hitting the shot and evaluating the shot, and then do it again. This is practice, not an exercise. So the slower you go, the better you are. You will also maybe not need as many balls when you do it this way, because it's gonna take you longer to do this. Now, to really reinforce what you're doing, to make sure you do it right, you really need to video your swing. Feel versus real is a real thing. You may think you're not swaying your head. You may be thinking that you have a fuller backswing, but then you watch it on video and it's still the same as when you started. So videoing your swing is very important. I have 2 videos right here that will show you exactly how to do it. One that is face on, one that is down the line, and it will help you tremendously for your practice and making sure the swing changes that you're doing are actually working. So when you're on the golf course, you're gonna come up to a lot of different lies and different situations. So you need to be practicing those shots on the range, in your house, in your backyard, wherever you can do it. These are the 3 shots that I would highly recommend you put in your 100-ball practice somehow, some way. And the first one is a 7-iron punch shot, or any type of iron punch shot, because I know in Washington there's lots of trees. I'm gonna get stuck behind a tree. I'm gonna be stuck behind a bush. I'm gonna be somewhere where I'm going to have to get it down the fairway low. And when you do those punch shots, you need to have a punch shot that goes 30 yards. You need a punch shot that goes 50 yards, and maybe a punch shot that goes 80 yards down the fairway. So practice all of those shots, because you're gonna come into that and you're gonna wanna hit a perfect 50-yard shot, and anything more is gonna go in the drink, and maybe anything less is gonna go into a bunker, and you need to know how to hit those shots. So practice those shots with the club that is the most comfortable for you. For me, it's a 7-iron, and I practice it all the time. The next shot that you want to practice is in the bunker. You do not want to have to bring your towel and umbrella because you cannot get out of the beach. So you need to go and practice those bunker shots. You might have to do it on your practice round. Throw 3 or 4 balls in a bunker that you're at if you're not slowing down everybody. Maybe your range, like mine, has a bunker in it where you can actually practice those bunker shots, or maybe it's over at the chipping green. You want to be very confident doing these shots, so you need to practice that. There's lots of tips online. The only tip that I'm going to give you is hit behind the ball, take a bunch of sand, and swing hard, and figure out how to do that and practice these shots. The last thing I'm going to recommend is practicing the bump and run. It seems easier than what it is. I know when I sit and practice it, it actually works very well, but you need to go on the chipping green or outside, pick spots for your bump and run to fly to and roll past and practice that shot. I know when I am playing those shots good, I am scoring lower. If you check out my video of me practicing a practice round for a tournament, bump and runs were saving me left and right. So this 100-ball challenge isn't about perfection. It's not about hitting 100 balls perfectly every day. It's about consistently getting to that 100-ball number. You're just trying to make it part of your daily routine. It might be right when you wake up. It might be right when you get home. You might be scheduling days at the range to make this happen. You might be setting up a spot in your garage to hit more balls. Any way you can do it, just do it. It will make your golf game better. So are you ready to take on the daily 100-ball challenge to reduce your scores, to break that 90, that 80, or that par? If so, let me know down in the comments below. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Maybe consider subscribing if you want to see more content like this. And until next time, make golf your project, and I'll see you next video.